everybody. Today's art project is called Double Vision, and that's because we're going to make a picture of the same thing twice. First as a painting and then as a drawing on top of that. And today I'm going to be looking at a bicycle, and I'm going to make a painting and a drawing of that bicycle. I've got some finished ones here that I wanted to show you. I just finished this one. I made a painting first, and then I made a drawing on top of it. And my daughter did the same project. Hers looks quite different because she used different colors, and I like hers a lot. I tried doing this with an instrument we have in our house. My husband plays the French horn. That was a pretty tough one, and I didn't think you would have access to a French horn too much, but instruments are fun to do. I thought you might want to make a picture of the bicycle that I'm going to put on this video if you don't have one to look at. But if you have a bicycle at your house and you want to look at that, you're welcome to do that as well. I'll put a picture on for those of you who don't. But right now I'm going to get started. So you have a piece of white paper. You want to turn it the horizontal way when you're making a picture of a bicycle, because the bicycle is more across than it is up and down. So the across, longer, horizontal way. And then we're going to use watercolors. You take your brush, dip it into the water, and decide which color you want to use. Well, this bicycle is red, so I like to start with the red and put plenty of water on it, because if the painting is not completely accurate or precise, it really doesn't matter. You want the painting to be kind of free and loose, so that when you paint on top of it, or I should say when you draw on top of it with your Sharpie or your marker, it's going to look like it's got some paint all around the marker part, and makes it look fun and fast and colorful. So I want to look kind of carefully, but if I make a mistake, I don't even really care too much, because I know I'm going to come drawing on top of this with my marker later on. So I'm going to kind of make a big and fast painting using the side of my brush more than the tip of it. So come around here. This one, I am not fitting the whole bicycle on this time, but that's okay. Don't have to fit the whole thing on. This time I'm painting a little bit bigger than I did last time. Okay. And I'm just kind of getting some of the main parts in. I go like, okay, back here, and off that way, there's like that's kind of that flat part can hold books and things in the back. That's kind of an old book holding thing. And then this is an old bicycle. Belongs to my daughter. And of course, the bi part of bicycle means two. So I got two wheels. If it was a tricycle, it would have three wheels. Tri means three. Bi means two. So I gotta get two wheels in there. And I'm just gonna kind of quickly, I got the orange. Okay, that's okay. I'll make some of it orange too. That might give it even more color. It doesn't have to be the same color that you see. It can be different colors, whatever colors you like to use. And you can pick just a few colors if you want. You don't have to use too many colors. You can pick two, maybe three, or you can use more. It doesn't matter. Not spend too much time on this painting. I'm going to come around, put some spokes in the wheels. Oops, got kind of running away from me there, so I'm going to do that with my paper towel. If you put too much water and it starts running where you don't want it, you can wipe it up with your paper towel. That's a nice thing about watercolor. Okay, oh, let's put the spokes in the front. These are the spokes. These parts that come from the wheel and they go to the middle. Okay, I'm making a very, very quick painting today. And let's put a little bit of color in the background. We had some orange, so let's put some more orange in the background. Notice I'm leaving a lot of white. I'm not painting everything. Oops, what fell? I have a windy day. Okay, maybe that's enough paint for my bicycle painting. If it's really wet, I can do that. I can just take a napkin or a paper towel and kind of mop it up. And then it only takes a couple of minutes to dry if you haven't gotten too much water on there. I could even be done with my painting at this point. And then I would come back and pick one color. Well, let's see, I'm going to do something different. I used black last time. But maybe this time I'll use the purple marker just to see how that works. This time, I want to be slow and careful when I use my marker and try to look very carefully, just like a scientist might, and look, what is the shape? Like this bicycle seat, what shapes do I see? Kind of comes up, it goes over like that, comes back, and it's got a back to it too, and it comes over this way, and it kind of comes that way, and then I see underneath some kind of a bolt, and I forgot in my painting, but it's got these springs back here. They go like that. Then it has a part that comes straight down. It's not as fat as the paint I put on there. I can just make it the size I want it to be now. And then it starts another section. Comes down like that. Okay, if I go to the back, and I'm going to look very carefully, go, oh, I see a little bolt there, and this comes out. Well, I don't know if I got the exact shape of this last time. Pretty good I did. But I see more shapes in there, and I can draw them more carefully. Saying, what do I really see here? I see something like that, and something like that. Okay, so that's a lot more careful drawing than my painting was. And I see that here is where this came down and went to the middle. And the tire comes around here. You got to double that tire to make it look like it has some thickness to it. Right? Because it's not just one line around. It's a fatter section that's a black tire. And my son noticed that the inside of the tire is a little bit of brown or tan, so there's actually another section that comes inside there that's a different color. I'm not so worried about colors, but I am worried about trying to see as much as I can and to put on the paper as much as I see about this bicycle. It's very complex. Don't worry. That means it's very hard. Don't worry if it's different proportions, if it isn't exactly right. Don't worry about it. Just do your best to look at things carefully and put in as much of what you see as you can. Okay. And I would continue. Now when I go inside here, I see that there's a silver circle inside, right near the middle underneath. So I'm going to put that in too with my drawing. And I'm not going to finish this entire drawing right now while I am talking to you. I'm just going to finish this little part of it right here because I know that you are probably anxious to get your own work going, and you get the idea, don't you, that you're going to start with a watercolor painting, and then when it's all dry, you're going to come on top of the watercolor using one color of marker and making a more careful drawing on top of it until you finish the whole thing. And I didn't do a lot of drawing in the background. I really like my daughter's. Hers looks real quick. She's got some of the main lines. See, she didn't worry that her wheels are different sizes, and I bet you didn't even notice that, and it doesn't even matter. She made some careful looking with her lines, but not everything, but it still looks good. And so you can even put in things that maybe you forgot earlier, like when I'm doing this, I forgot that up here for the handbrakes, there's this wire that comes like that, but I can do that with my Sharpie, right? And I can put in the parts that I forgot before, just with my Sharpie, with my marker. There we go. And in the end, you'll have two pictures in one, double vision, really interesting kind of a piece of art at the end. So I'm going to have you look at our steps to doing this again. And here are the steps. First of all, your paper should be in the horizontal position. Then pick one or two colors from your watercolor box to make a quick painting of a bicycle. You start by putting your brush in the water and adding it to one of the colors of paint. Use the side of your brush to make a loose and quick painting of the bicycle. You can add another color if you want and paint kind of freely. Don't worry about being perfect. It doesn't matter. If you get too much water, you can kind of blot your paper dry with your paper towel. And at the end, you can clean your brush with water. After your painting dries, I said use a black marker, but you can really use any color that shows up on your painting. Use one marker to draw on top of the watercolor. Look very carefully and try to draw the bicycle with lots of details. Then you'll have made two bicycles in one picture, a double vision. And if you like it and want to send me an email with a picture, with a photo of your picture, you can send it to Ms. Mary M. Ernst at AUSDK12.org. And now we're going to focus on the bicycle. And if you want to stop the video there so that you have a bicycle to look at and to paint, here you go. We'll see you next time.